Let's be real, sometimes you come across something really valuable or an important task that you want to remember, but it's too heavy for your mind. Maybe you've been using Notion and still feel like you're drowning in tasks. Or maybe you don't have a system at all and every day feels like a fight just to keep up. Or perhaps you've been juggling 5 different apps, trying to keep your life in order, and it's just not working. Whatever the case, you're spending too much time lost in the details and guessing every move and trying to figure it out on your own. It's time to stop wasting your valuable time. To be honest, I'm facing this too, because we are humans, not robots programmed to absorb loads of data. This is why a second brain is valuable. You can open the Notion app and write anything that's really bothering your mind. When you first join Second Brain, the first thing you will see is the inbox and quick links, along with a bunch of pages. I will explain that in a minute. Now, as for the inbox, it represents your daily actions within this database. This could include tasks sorted by importance and urgency to help you understand what needs to be prioritized for maximum impact on your projects. It is also grouped by the project to make it clear on what you're working on. The projects section displays all ongoing projects, excluding any that have been completed or have not yet started. Progress bars represent the completion status of each project. Next, there are tabs for meetings and resources. Any conferences or resources you create will be displayed here for 24 hours before they disappear. There are also quick buttons at the top to create new projects or notes, allowing you to avoid distractions by your notes while working and not scroll all the way down to create a new note. What makes Second Brain special compared to other templates is the para method: projects, areas, resources, archive. Let's start with projects. You have various views such as status, timeline, and deadlines. For example, if you have a project named Preparing for School, let's set date and activate the end date. As you can see, we set a date and it will give us a deadline. See? Still don't have any tasks, so 0% progress. Fair enough. Status? We just get started. You can assign tasks to team members or friends if needed. You can also categorize projects for personal or business by areas in your life. For the task, each project has its own tasks, so you don't have to worry about that. There is an overview of today, upcoming tasks, and unscheduled tasks. Here is how it works. Let's create a new task. Date? I don't know, maybe tomorrow? So it is Friday. Person? Of course, me. Hold on, these 2 factors are the most important. This will help you to complete your tasks faster. Let's set it as not urgent, but important. As you can see, it is in upcoming tasks. Let's play with it around. If we clean up the date property, it will be sent to the unscheduled tab. I always make sure if there are any tasks here around. If there is a task, I will set up a date for it. But if there is an inactive task, I will just archive it, and it will be sent to the archive page, like this. But if it was important and I didn't complete it, in due date, it will appear here and in the overdue tab, and follow me until I do. Meetings are self-explanatory and straightforward. Moving on to the areas page, basically, our life is running on goals and projects. Everything we do ties back to them. Whether it's short-term or long-term, it all starts here. We already talked about projects, but let's move on to the goals. First of all, the goals are categorized by quarter. So when you click on it, you will see the goals like this one. But if you wonder, why is this progress bar here? Why is it 4? Objectives. Let me explain with an example. Too often, people set their goals in an ineffective way. For example, someone might say, I want to lose weight and have a well-shaped body. Although this is a good vision, but goals should be more specific, like, I want to lose 50 kilograms and gain 80 kilograms of muscle in total body weight. Setting clear numbers can help. To achieve this goal, break it down into steps such as 1. Eating high-protein, low-calorie foods. 2. Doing 2 hours of cardio. 3. Incorporating bench press sessions, and so on. In short, what are some step-by-step plans that can help me accomplish this goal? Let's get back to the next. This resources. Here where you can store or save something valuable that you find across the internet, you can organize them by folders. Also, you can tag them. If you find this template useful, I will leave a link down below for free of this template. Don't forget to leave feedback and 5 stars. Now let's move on to the next one, which is archive. This page has a system that on every page of tasks, projects, and resource note, there is a small checkbox property. If you click on it, it will be sent to this page, Archive. I've already explained that for tasks, and the same rule apply on others. Now let's move on to Finance. This is the Finance dashboard. It's pretty much you have almost everything to track your finances without missing a dime or a penny. This page is most of the time tells you what budget need to cover all your expenses. Let's give it a try. I will create a budget for my marketing agency. I have expenses for Google ads and Facebook ads as well as a teammate to run it. Let me just add a date for it. I should pay them for the next week from my account A. The type of expense is recurring. How much every day, every week, or every month you write down how many days? It will show up here how many days are left to pay the bills of my marketing agency. And here it shows you the date that you will have to pay. There is a page for expenses. It may be better to go there to get a better vision of what's inside this template. As you can see, there are reports for expenses, as well as a small section that tells you what the expenses for the next 7 days. You can see the expense sources that I created before, of my marketing agency, as well as the teammate expenses. About the reports, just put the current month, quarter, or year to make sure where your money goes. Now, if I change the date, it will appear in the section of the next 7 days' expenses, as you can see. For the income page, it's the same as the expense ecosystem. It's just to make things easy to interact with this template from day one. Let's say it's an affiliate income. I need to set a date for the payout and choose the income source. I'll transfer the money to my account B, which receives all my income. Then I'll distribute it to other accounts, such as account A for expenses and account C for savings. The amount is around $5,000. I'll include the report just in case. So this is how it works. I'll add another example to show you more. So if I add another income, it will impact the affiliate income. If I make changes, it will affect also affiliate income. As for the subscriptions, it's easy to manage. Ultimately, when using this template, there's no need to worry about technical stuff and change everything manually. Everything is automated, like a whole software. Just fill in the information and you're good to go, which is rare in this digital world. So, now as I said before multiple times, for the expense and income to select the current month of the reports, there it is, the main page that gives you a general view on what's happening in your finance activities. You can also see some quick views of your accounts and income, as well as expense. I forgot to mention the savings page. The savings page displays your monthly savings reports. It shows your total savings and what you are saving for. For example, I currently have $120,000 of student loan to saving for, or maybe saving for a MacBook is a better option, and so on. For the inbox, it is quick and easy to understand. I personally created to just do my daily review of the day. So what this page does is, when you create new tasks, projects, etc., it will appear here for 24 hours before they disappear. For meeting, it's easy and simple to understand. No need for explanation. You just have to create and fill in the details and add a reminder, and that's it. Most of people jump into the tasks randomly, and I've already experimented and it was terrible and I failed. By the way, I'll put my hand up and say that with multiple times than myself. That's why I created this small feature that actually works to focus on what can have a really high ROI on my time. And as I mentioned before about this, urgent and important is a method from Eisenhower for time and tasks. Management is to organize your task by important and urgent and whatnot. So for example, task are related to project a date today. So it's not really urgent but important, but if I add task B, urgent but not important, it will flip the table on task. Assume you don't have to worry on what task I should start with the day, just open the app. What is the first task and get to work. So let's get back to the home page. I've also included a personal section where you can write down your heavy thought in this daily journal. I've also included a habit tracker, just to see your performance towards today's. Last but not least, the book tracker. I used to read books not too many times, but, well, sometimes, whatever. So gentlemen, this is the second brain. It's actually a second brain itself. Working on your productivity system is just like working on your success, happiness, and well-being. I know, sound ridiculous, but that's simply the truth. Remember, the devil is in details, because if you get the first one right, the others will follow. All in one place, no more mental overload, just peace of mind. And if you already familiar with atomic habits, there is a quote says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." Even James Clear mentions that you need a second brain. Now you might wonder, is it worth the investment? Imagine the time and stress you'll save, the opportunities you'll seize, the clarity you'll gain. Plus, you don't want to deal with the pain of building a template from scratch. That's why I built it, so you can just plug and play without wasting 86,400 seconds of your valued time. I have no doubt this template will be 100% worth it. Get a second brain in seconds and save countless hours you'd spend watching tutorials and building one from scratch.